Question 9. A random sample of 50 students at a large high school resulted in a 95% confidence interval for the mean number of hours of sleep per day of 6.73 to 7.67. Which of the following statements best summarizes the meaning of this confidence interval? Now, it doesn't say interpret the confidence interval. It says summarize the meaning of this confidence interval. A, about 95% of all random samples of 50 students from this population would result in a 95% confidence interval from 6.73 to 7.67. About 95% of all random samples of 50 students from this population would result in a confidence interval in a 95% confidence interval of 6.73 to 7.67. That's incorrect because that's saying if you do a whole bunch of all the possible random samples of 50 students, 95% of those are going to give you that exact interval, which would not happen. That is not correct. Letter B, about 95% of all random samples of 50 students from this population would result in a 95% confidence interval that covered the population mean number of hours of sleep per day. That's true. About 95% of all random samples of 50 students. So all possible samples using this sampling technique at this level would capture the true 95% of those intervals would capture the true parameter. That's exactly what this problem is saying. Let's look and see why the other ones are wrong. 95% of the students in the survey reported sleeping between 6.73 and 7.67 hours per day. No, that's not how that works. Okay, we're trying to get the percentage has to do with how confident we are that we have the true mean. 95% of the students in this high school sleep between 6.73 and 7.67 hours per day. That's basically saying the same thing, so no. And a student selected at random from this population sleeps between 6.73 and 7.67 hours per day. That's not true necessarily because you might have someone outside that interval. So the only one that makes sense is B.